Hi, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Good evening. Well, we had a big day today at back to Tagbilaran. Try again. We tried yesterday and didn't get there because the little red decided to bleed itself off at the end of the road, and we ended up leaving it about an hour and a half away from here in Tubigon. Luckily our friend Alvin was there and made the whole thing a lot less painless, in fact quite pleasant, because it was good company. So today we were up at 7. Beth decided that she was going to do some work here, so she stayed at home, and Taliklik came and kept me company, and boy, that turned out to be quite a marathon as well. That's why I said back to Tagbilaran, try again. Murphy is alive and well. Well, we got the bus almost straight away, so that seemed to be I don't know, prophecy of a good day ahead. And when we got there, we got the part. It was 8,500. We got the bus up to ICM Mall, and then we just got the tricycle. Wonderful thing about the tricycle system is that you just tell them where you want to go, and it's like a taxi. But in Tagbilaran, as soon as we went out, we said there's a line of tricycles there outside the mall. Where do you want to go? And as soon as we've worked out that they know where we want to go, 30 pesos for the two of us. So they take us straight there. It's a bumpy ride because some of the roads there are almost as bad as ours, and we got the part. And there the part was, unfortunately, the one part that they couldn't furnish for us was the inner part of the locking hubs. So we're hoping that we'll be able to machine that existing bearing that's in there to fit the new splines on the new piece of equipment, the new axle. So with that in hand, we went to the bus station, tricycle again, back to the bus station. We did have a pleasant meal while we were there, which was the silver lining. But anyway, we got back, and we got on the only bus that was going to Tubigon, and it was important for us, I'm sorry, not going to Tubigon, that was going to Taliban. The only one was not going via Tubigon, which is how we usually go. So we thought I thought it might be maybe an extra half hour or something on the trip, and we could still do it and get the new axle to the mechanic that is fixing the blue. So we took another bus that took us to Taliban via another city, right? So it turned out to be a very picturesque way that we went, and it was very enjoyable. It was via Carmen, and so we didn't regret that at all. But then when we were halfway there, we finally got a message through from Beth saying that the red truck was now fixed. Well, the red truck is in Tubigon. And there we are on our way to Carmen, which is not Tubigon. So what that meant was, in the end, is that we got to Taliban, and so that we wouldn't go into yet another day on this saga, we decided that we'd go and pick up the red. Talik volunteered very bravely to continue to accompany me, and so as soon as we got there, we went to the bank, got a little bit of money from the ATM, and then we got into a white van. Well, I always say that I will never go into the white van, because it seems to me that they are people with a death wish, and the way that they drive is just so staggeringly fast. for the roads that we're on. Well, the driver that we had was no different to the others that I'd formed my opinion on, and we didn't have any mishaps or near misses, but we got to Tagbilaran in record time, and he dropped us off literally outside the mechanic's shop, which is on the main road. And I began to feel better fairly quickly as soon as my eyelids began to peel back into their normal position. Very scary when you think that the roads are just mainly two-lane. It's a two-lane road, and on that two-lane road you have people walking, you have children coming home from school, you have tricycles which are doing an average speed of about 20 miles an hour, or maybe a little bit more, stopping every time that they pick up a new passenger, let someone off there. It's a local service. Any group of tricycle drivers are working in their local community, so they're going here and there on very short trips mostly. And the road, for some reason, because the road is forged through these various little village barangays, you do get quite a lot of activity at the side of the road. There's colleges, there's, I think, at least, I don't know, 3 or 4 schools along that road between Tagbilaran and Tagbilaran. Yes, and it's a very scary ride. We sat in the front because that's where you can sit without having your knees up under your chin, but that gives you the terrifying first impact idea. So, so anyway, I'd like to assure that van driver that I apologise for my nervousness, and I hope that he can get my teeth marks out of the dashboard. Anyway, we finally got to the mechanic, and it wasn't the mechanic that we spoke to, but he said, well, the truck is fixed. He told Beth that the truck is fixed. And apparently all that it was just the timing. The timing was out. I got in the truck, started it, and it was as if the motor was hiding under there, just waiting to go vroom, and start in. It was wonderful, you know, compared to going, you know, which it had been doing for a while. Well, anyway, prior to that, I went in and I spoke to the son of the mechanic and asked him, what was the issue? And he told me, well, it was just the timing. And he said that they'd also cleaned the carburetor. Now, once again, it's very difficult sometimes in these negotiations, if you don't have a translator with you, to work out whether something is past, present or future tense. So when he said they'd cleaned the carburetor out, I'm really not sure, even now, unless I look under there, whether they actually meant that it should be cleaned or that they had cleaned it. But anyway, the truck is going just terrific now. But the mechanic, who I think really knew his business, commented to his son and said he really tell this guy, the owner of this truck, that he really needs a rack and pinion steering. He needs the whole rack and pinion replaced, and that's what's causing that shaking when you brake hard, which I'd actually taken that in once to Nestor and asked him to look at that, and went back an hour or so later, and along with a couple of other things that he was doing, I said, is that good now? And he said yes. So, like I say, past, present and future all meld into one. So tomorrow the saga continues, and I will drive very early down there, as if today wasn't a big enough day. I'll drive down there, I'll do it the Filipino way. I'll take the the vehicle to the mechanic, and I will wait around for a little while, and he will pull that rack and pinion off there and then hand it to me, and I will take it down to the nearest parts store, which is in Tagbilaran, and I'll lay it on the counter, and they'll go and get one that looks exactly the same, and then I'll take both of them back to the mechanic. So that's the plan for tomorrow. And I asked the son, will he be able to do it tomorrow while I wait, or within reason, within a couple of hours, and he assured me that he would. But the exchange of communication was not encouraging, because I said, so what do I owe you? What do I owe you for the timing? And he said, yes, the timing is good now. And his mother was there, and she confirmed, yes, he's done the timing, and it will start now. You just need to dip the gas once, and then start the motor. I said, yes, well, and what is the bill? What do I owe you for this? Oh gosh, did it take a long time. And then finally, something that I said must have clarified the situation, because the guy said, 600 pesos. 600 pesos is about $12. So it sounded a lot. It sounded a lot to me just to do the timing, but when I thought about it in dollars, I realized that it was actually a very good deal. And got into the truck, and boy, it's a different truck. The power is there. I can see that the engine actually was rebuilt, quite apart from the fact that I've seen all of the old parts, all of the rings, the old rings. Here they give you the part that they've replaced, they give you the old one back, so that you know that there's one there. It's not the same part polished up. So the truck is just going along so much better now, and we had something to eat, and then we headed for home. But it's been a long day. We started out about 7, and we've been on the road almost totally, except for about an hour. We've been on the road in 2 buses and a van, and then getting down there, getting back. So it's been a hell of a day. But anyway, at least the truck is running really nicely and starting, which is terrific. And tomorrow we'll expect to get the steering fixed up, and that had been concerning me for a while, because when you actually put the brakes on, you get a load of rattling on the front end, and I was thinking that the entire front end would have to be redone, rebuilt. Happily, it seems that that's not the case, although I'll trust this mechanic to tell me if there is anything that needs to be done, because he didn't actually do anything, but he made the observation and he made the recommendation, kind of a little bit like it is in the West, if you can trust them. So that's our update. Tomorrow I'll be on my own because Talik will be at school. She didn't have a class today, and that's our little update. So thanks for looking in. Yes, it's a long-standing saga that's been going on with our trucks. I did drop off the new axle, and it seemed that was the one. So at the end of tomorrow I should be able to drive up to Tagbilaran and see the blue truck in working order. That would just be wonderful, especially if when I go to climb the hill it actually does climb the hill. So thanks for looking in. This is a foreigner in the Philippines. Bye for now.